Hey guys, it's Josh over at Silver Arrow Service. Today we're working on this 2008 Mercedes E350. Customer complaint is that if the vehicle sits for more than 2 to 3 days, the battery is dead. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up our voltmeter right now in series with the battery, and we're going to do a parasitic amp draw test. So what I'm going to do is I already loosened the negative battery cable. So I'm going to slowly pull up on this battery cable, and I'm going to connect my needle nose vice grips, making sure that I don't ever break the connection with the battery. Otherwise I can wake up some of the control modules. So we're going to place these down here, get them on there nice and tight. I'm going to take my positive lead, connect it to the cable, and then I'll take my negative lead and I'll connect it to the end of the vice grip. And when I disconnect it now, I've put my meter in series with the battery. We'll put a rag in between to make sure they don't retouch. And as you can see on our meter right now, we've got about 590 milliamps of draw. On a normal, newer vehicle, we should have somewhere between 50 to 85 milliamps. So what we're gonna have to do now is go through the car and try to figure out what is causing this draw. Typically what we'll do is we'll go to like the fuse panel and we'll just one by one pull fuses until that draw disappears. And when we pull the fuse where that draw disappears, we'll know that it's that circuit that is causing our draw. And we can go to our wiring diagram and find out what fuse that controls. So now we've gone ahead, got everything set up to go and do our draw test. As you can tell right now, we have a 3 amp draw. It's been fluctuating between 3 and 1.7 amps. We isolated it to the MOST network, which is basically everything that controls your radio. We have our audio gateway here. We have our navigation unit. Over in this corner, we have our satellite radio. And then under this cover, we have our SOS unit. I'm not sure what the unit on the left is, and then we also have an antenna module under there. And the way we found it is we set up our draw test, and then we started pulling fuses. If I pull this fuse right here, which is fuse 6, you'll see that my draw goes right away. And once the network goes to sleep, that draw will drop down to about, I don't know, 5 or 6 milliamps. Or 5 or 6 amps, there you go. So now we've dropped down. It will go all the way down to 0.05 amps, and that's once the whole network completely goes to sleep. Now when I put this fuse back in, my draw will come right back, and then we isolated it to our audio gateway module by unplugging every module on the MOST network electrically. So as you can see, I have, you know, our navigation unit's unplugged, our satellite radio is unplugged, and all our modules under that cover are unplugged. And I still have the draw. The only module that's still connected right now is my audio gateway. And if I unplug my audio gateway electrically, my draw will basically disappear. It takes about 5 minutes for it to completely go away, but our draw will disappear. And that tells us basically that our audio gateway module has an internal fault. So the only way to repair this fault now is going to be to replace this audio gateway module. It is a dealer-only item. I recommend going through the dealer. There is aftermarket companies that rebuild them. They do have to be programmed to the vehicle, and if there is an issue with programming and you buy it from an online website, there's no guarantee that they're going to help you. Whereas the dealership, they'll usually work with you. So that's what we found here on this Mercedes. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us. You can reach us at silverarrowservice.com. You can check us out on Facebook or give us a call, 603-566-2075. Thanks for watching.